Hello there and welcome back to EU4. I'm playing as Persia. It is 1758 and I'm making my preparations for a war against the Ottomans. And this time I'm being the one who's going to start this war, hopefully, not the Russians. That is my plan. How much do those heavy ships cost me? Probably not much. I only really made them for the I only made them purely for that mission. A queen of the people. It has become clear to us that Queen Razia is a woman with a heart of gold. She always does her best to please her husband, High Imam Ali Murad, and treats her friends with unparalleled kindness. During a recent trip to the Zabid province, Queen Razia saw the suffering of its poorest peasants with her own eyes. Ever since, she has been drafting a plan to help her most destitute subjects. In order to make these ideas into reality, however, Razia needs some funds from the nation's treasury. Don't really want a loan. It's not much of a gain. So let's say we have more important things to deal with. Get some legitimacy. Just wonder if I can offload. Growth of the business of carpets. Our efforts to maximize trading profits in the area of Sharizor has borne fruit in the province of Ardalan. Entrepreneurs have managed to greatly increase the output of carpets and have found new markets in our capital for the processed goods. Gain 2 base production Ardalan. That's good. Would France want some heavy boats? No? Might just ditch them. Heavy fleet. Gone. Still losing 3 ducats a month. Probably mothball these forts on this side of the world. Need those 2. Start annexing Khiva. I might do that. Ibrahim Sabiri and his family. A merchant family from Aleppo has come to greatly expand our long-range trade with revolutionary Ottomans. By successfully establishing themselves in both Constantinople and the Ottoman hinterlands, they have come to be very influential in both our societies and very rich. This is a situation we could probably make use of. Pretty good, save some money. And get a half-price level 2 advisor. I might do that. Let's make Ibrahim Sabiri a new architect for our trade policies. Right, it doesn't look any cheaper. No, let's take him on board. That will save me. Oh, it is cheaper. That will save me a bit of ducat each month, won't it? Now, what's the exact time? July 1760, so just over a year. The worldly ulema. Not all members of the ulema are great theologians or intellectuals. Corruption can grow in any corner of the state, and for some, it can be hard to tell apart what benefits the faith and what might benefit themselves. It has come to the attention of Ali Murad that a number of pious grants that exist around the empire have been obtained through fraud or illegally passed on to heirs. Our wazir suggested that we inspect and verify all such grants in the High Imamate, especially in regions that were not originally ruled by us. This would clearly be a grave affront to the ulema, however, who would see it as an encroachment on their privileges and an attack on their caste as a whole. I think, as always, only traders have anything to fear. Let's do that one. Okay, so I've got my 4 armies. I can get some more claims in the Timurids. Claim on Bukhara. You get a claim on Khiva. Might do this war first, and then I'll start the annexation process, I think. So I definitely don't want to miss out again on what I'm doing here. We'll start bringing these guys over. Actually, I just realised that Dale's gone. I'll bring these guys down there so they can start capturing this land from the bottom up. Relations with Bohemia are good. Max mark power reached for Diplo. No, I'll just take this then. Diplotech 28. Joint stock companies. As trade grew, so did the risk. New ways of accumulating capital and managing risk needed to be developed. In joint stock companies, the risk of enterprise was shared among the many shareholders. Increases trade efficiency and range. Local traders demand aid. Merchants and captains of trade vessels in Bani Yaz have sent a representative to the government, describing the home as increasingly lawless land where piracy runs rampant and ships and ports are routinely raided by privateers. They argue that the government has neglected them and request funding to build defences against a growing threat. If this request is not granted, many feel like they have already lost too much and will take their business elsewhere. I can send them 100 ducats. Send them what they need. I can get some extra prestige from land battles. Hopefully they'll get there in time. I think they will. The many jobs of a soldier. Prolonged peacetime and changes in the economy has led to many of our salaried soldiers no longer considering the pensions we pay them sufficient. An increasing number of them have turned to other daily work such as shopkeeping or craftsmanship, earning a better living in their city homes. While this can stimulate the local economy, it does mean that these troopers are no longer maintaining or practicing with the equipment we provided them. In order to stop this trend, we'd have to increase our pay substantially. Oh. We will allow it for now. That's a lot of money I don't have. We'll do that. Now, I've got a fleet up here. I might need to recall. I'll just send them to Basra for the time being. Off they go. Admin Tech 27, but I probably want to wait, because if I do this war, I'm going to collect some new provinces. I think this guy hurts me, he's not half price. But I do need to lower my inflation, so it's probably necessary at the moment. Okay, May. July 1760 is when it can happen. Just hope these Russians aren't going to interfere. Okay. Truce is over. Yes. Okay, war goal will be Canik. What do I make it? Imperialism, Constantinople. Let's do that. I'm sure the Russians will be able to do that for me. Let's bring in both Russia and Bohemia as an ally. And let us go to war against the Ottomans once again. Okay. You guys can start crossing there. Didn't quite make it, unfortunately. Once again, I'm probably going to expect losses up in the Egypt area to start with. A little naval war. I really want Russia to grab Constantinople if they can. I lost some ships. I might actually send my ships in just to be safe. Because I'm... Oh, Battle of Canik. Whoa, that's 200,000 troops up there. They seriously stuck to wipe that group already. I'm sorry, but how do you stack wipe an army in one go? I call sus on that. I can't build up that army back again. I'm probably going to need to watch this group a bit more carefully if there is armies in the area. Men flock to the colours. Men are flocking to the colours, begging for a chance to serve in our glorious armed forces. God is truly on the side of the big battalions. 32,000 free manpower. I'll take that. It's pleasing to see. Make sure I get Canik before the Russians do. These promises down here. There's that 70,000 strong. Alright, that siege is done. I'm going to lose that army as well, I think. It's upsetting. This isn't going as well as I planned. Usually the Ottomans don't attack me as heavily as this. But it kind of looks like they're just trying to get through to Russia. Two of a kind. Most queens accept their limited power and devote their lives to various pastimes in their family. But not Razia. She's genuinely interested in all the ins and outs of the governmental matters. Over the years, she's befriended many great thinkers, politicians and diplomats. Among them is one of our most well-known statesmen, with whom she has spent a lot of time with as of late. Now Queen Razia has asked us to make the statesman an offer, claiming he'd make a much better advice than the trader Ibrahim Sabiri we currently employ. He's half price, so I'm going to say no to that. We'll just ask him to work harder. I'm actually curious how these guys are getting through. I'm pretty sure My fort should be preventing that from happening. Marital bliss. Her Majesty the Queen is of course a constant companion and good advisor in her own right. However, apart from that role, our Queen is also representative of the Crown to the Eustalgia House and vice versa. At times it is not an arrangement without benefits. Today, Razia seems very pleased to announce that her family has decided to show its support for the throne of the union of Ali Murad and Razia. Okay. I don't want a half-price level 3 advisor, thank you. So let's just say we'll avoid being in debt to them. And we'll get some free prestige instead. Yeah, I'm not sure how these guys are getting through. I've got 3 forts, and they're all connected by provinces. So that's got me a bit miffed. Seems to go against the rules of the game. Is it because they own that province, maybe? So they can walk there and thus walk through. Which is why I really, really wanted Canik as a province for myself. I think probably for that exact reason. The Ottomans have gone into Regency. That really affects me that much. I'm gonna get these guys. I need some revenge. These guys are pretty much cornered in. Revenge will be sweet. Except they're getting beaten for some reason. Mystics and storytellers. Many among the Ulema would question the great influence that storytellers have over the life of common men. The traditional hero stories of our people are centuries old, but they risk making a cult out of seriously disordered fates of historical figures. A prominent cleric in Farsistan have taken a strong stand against the storytellers of the realm, and cautions that religious scholars of the past have warned that obsessive listening to stories could lead to false worship. We must ban the offensive stories, move towards legalism. Maybe put on such a fight. There we go. Didn't need the reinforcements in the end, but do they have them? No, these guys are getting numbers up there. But once I conquer all this part, I will move down into Egypt. Oh, Russia's already helping out anyway. Okay, so once again, I've controlled my half of the crossing. Everyone else is doing their bit. So now it's just up to the Ottomans, it looks like. A bit of help from Bussa. So I think I will... The worldly Ulema. Not all members of the Ulema are great theologians or intellectuals. Corruption can grow in any corner of the state, and for some it can be hard to tell apart what benefits the faith and what would benefit themselves. It has come to the attention of Ali Murad that a number of pious grants that exist around the empire have been obtained through fraud or illegally passed on to heirs. Our Wazir suggested that we inspect and verify all such grants in the High Imamate, especially in regions that were not originally ruled by us. This would clearly be a grave affront to the Ulema, however. We would see it as an encroachment on their privileges and attack on their caste as a whole. Let's just say, traitors have been to fear, as always. Let's send some reinforcements down south. Because these guys might be in a bit of trouble. No, they're going to skip me. Grant export licenses. When the crown could not or would not pay cash to the nobles, they would instead grant them privileges to collect special revenues from which they could make a healthy profit. Could use some tax modifier. Let's grant privileges. Okay, so I've got one holding army there, which I will split into two purely because of attrition loss. They're sending a lot of troops down here, which is not good. Try and cut these guys off, I think. I wonder if I build another army. I think I will. Just build it out there, out of the way, so hopefully they don't get killed in production. Catch these guys out. 80,000 troops down here. And then they're caught out now, aren't they? They inflicted some good losses. We've lost the siege of Ardakan. It's because the forts weren't turned on. Okay, well I think while I'm chasing down this group, I might end the episode there. Just see if I can't catch these guys out. No. I'll make sure these guys get together first so I don't forget about them. It's probably my main concern at the moment. And I will build another group of them. Let's get a siege started. Okay. Queen of the people. It has come clear to us that Queen Razia is a woman with a heart of gold. She always does her best to please her husband, High Imam Ali Murad, and treats her friends with unparalleled kindness. During a recent trip to the Yasuj province, Queen Razia saw the suffering of its poorest peasants with her own eyes. Ever since, she's been drafting a plan to help her most destitute subjects. In order to make these ideas a reality, however, Razia needs some funds from the nation's treasury. I can't give you that much money. I can actually. But, yeah. Okay, let's do that. People else to look after. Just realised the real faction in Kashmir is getting up there. I'm just going to fix that temporarily. Okay, that will do for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to continue the war against the Ottomans next time. Until then, no. Thanks again. Appreciate the support. Take care out there. And as always, I hope to see you next time.